Then we'll move to number 9, the authorization of bond anticipation note for GAR Associates. Shirley, can you speak to that for us, please?
The original bond resolution was done, I believe, in October, November 2009, and now we're just acting on that resolution. It's simply a BAN for $400,000. The scheduled payments this year for the GAR Associates was $400,000, and now we need to borrow the money to pay.
This was not part of any budget prior to that?
It was part of this year's budget. They budgeted for it, yes.
In 2009?
In 2010.
Okay.
You'll see it in the budget.
Right.
But the resolution was done in October or November of 2009.
November.
And Tony has all the necessary, all the paperwork that went along with the resolution.
And this is specific for GAR?
Yes.
Right. I'm just wondering, the resolution as written doesn't mention GAR. Is it possible to add that so that, it's just as part of the record?
The bond anticipation note, the original bond resolution doesn't mention GAR specifically, it just mentions for the assessment of the town. There's not a specific name of a vendor. So the bond anticipation note just repeats what the original bond resolution was. So no, there's no mention of GAR specifically in there, but that's what it's for.
But our paperwork will specify that this, is to cover GAR, the GAR payments.
It's just it's already specified.
I know, but I want everyone to know this. That's what I want. I'll know.
Jessica, would you like to read the resolution?
Is this it?
There's always a given.
Can I read this? I'll be happy to.
The resolution is simply a resolution authorizing the board, the supervisor, to issue a bond anticipation note in the amount of $400,000 pursuant to a bond resolution dated November 5th, 2009.
So moved.
Thank you. Second? I'll second that one.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Ms. Imbrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Ms. Boyke?
Yes. Number 10, the approval of the Siltation and Erosion Control Agreement for Hancock Airport infrastructure and roadway improvements, phases 4 and 5.
Madam Supervisor, due to a conflict of interest, I need to recuse myself from this item, and at this time I'd like to turn my chair over to Mr. James Stenskin of Light Associates, who serves as the backup engineer for the town.
Thank you. Discussion on this before the resolution. Questions?
You want to go over it, recap the report? I see there's a series of different assumptions, 1 through 4, and you're recommending that we go with the highest. I don't know if you want to explain some of that.
Sure. Sure. What we've done is looked at the project in different stages of completion. In some cases, the project is more complete, so less measures would be needed to stabilize the site if the contractor left. Or in some cases, if he hasn't disturbed much of the site, it would require less money to disturb the site or to stabilize the site if he left. So we looked at it from 4 different ways, and we recommend going with the highest amount as a conservative method of ensuring that it's covered.
So in a worst case scenario, it would be covered, basically.
Correct.
That's 685.
Correct.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the recommendation from Bryant Associates and implement a implement this siltation and erosion control agreement for Hancock Airpark International Infrastructure and Roadway improvements at a cost of $68,500.
Second.
We're accepting securities.
That's correct, securities, and also the motion should be to authorize the supervisor to execute the agreement.
And I'll add that too.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mr. Jennings.
Yes.
Ms. Zambrano.
Yes.
Mr. Coro.
Yes.
Ms. Boyke.
Yes.
I have a question. I have another statement here. I was trying to do the inspection scope and cost for Hancock Airpark.
Put that in here.
It's dated August 17th.
Yeah, that's a different item.
But
That's for our company on behalf of the town to oversee the construction of the site, to ensure it meets town standards and codes. But it's not as, it would be a, I believe, a cost that the contractor would have to put up.
Okay.
And then we would draw off that as we
Okay, so
use
we
it.
don't have to act.
No, we don't have to act on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 11, to renew the intermunicipal agreement between the town of Cicero and the North Syracuse to share code services. We received the proposal from Mayor Browning in regards to the shared services that we have been doing in the past. This is to be renewed in September, and I'd like to defer this to our next meeting so that we have time to have a discussion on it and review it. Is comments or discussion from the board?
Wayne, from your perspective, how is the shared agreement working? I know it's been implemented for some time, but any problems, workload issues?
Well, I mean, it's hectic.
Not on.
It's hectic, but it's, I believe it's working out, and, we're getting through it.
My understanding that their codes person is getting up to speed.
Yes, they hired a part-time woman. She's working 19 hours a week. She's getting paid for 19 hours a week. She's working a lot more than that, and she's becoming familiar with everything and learning and trying to break her in as easily, tenderly as possible, and she's doing a good job.
Any other discussion?
I do have some comments. I am concerned about this agreement. I believe, that Cicero is getting, I know we're getting some income or revenue from this, but I have been concerned that all of the responsibilities have not been carried out through our department. And I'm interested and have been interested in having a discussion about staffing and perhaps reorganization of the zoning and codes office. So I am concerned about that, and I would like to pursue further discussion next time when we get a little bit more information.
Anyone else? With that, I would like to defer this agreement into September 8th at our next town board meeting.